Hello, welcome to the Play for Life Comics FOC Show for March 4th, 2023. This FOC refers to Final Order Cutoff. It's where we can adjust the number of books that we order for books coming out anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks in the future. It's also your last opportunity to order these books so you can guarantee that it will be in stock in the store on the day it's released. If you want to look at books, because there are dozens of books that come out every week, you can go to previewsworld.com. For anything other than DC, for DC books, you can go to lunardistribution.com and you can see all the books. We have an order form that is attached to this. It has a spot down at the bottom where you can type in the names of any books that you're looking to order off this week's FOC, and we'll be able to order those and have them for you when you need them. So we're going to jump on in today and get started. Our first book of the day is The Ambassadors. This is an image book. As you can see, it's number 1 of 6. Short little mini series. The idea is you have the power to give 6 people in the world superpowers out of 8 billion. So who do you pick? There's going to be 6 of the greatest artists in the industry who will do stories on a monthly basis about the ordinary people from around the world, explaining why they should be the one who is chosen to gain these superpowers. This first number 1 is done by Frank Quietly. So it looks like it's a really interesting concept, and it's also, pretty short mini series. So it's something you can get into, come to an end, and you feel like you've not waited a year for the story to end. We've got a Quietly black and white B cover and a Gigi Cavanago C cover. Pepe Larraz doing a D cover. And our last book of that is the blank sketch cover. As you see, all these books come out $3.29 and they all have a $3.99 price. Second book this week is Indigo Children. It is also an image title. It's supposedly a book that they call Radiant Black meets the Department of Truth. It's supposed to be a sci-fi mystery epic as a journalist named Donovan Price hunts down the extraordinarily gifted indigo children who mysteriously disappeared from the world 15 years ago. Only one cover of this book. It's an Alex Diotto cover, $3.29 and $3.99 list price. Don't know why this particular cover came out so blurry. This is the way it was on the website, so I apologize. But next book is an IDW book. It's a TMNT Usagi Yojimbo. The story is entitled Where When. Stan Sakai cover. The idea is that the turtles are hunting down the evil genius Dr. Where When. They follow him through a time portal. They end up back in feudal Japan, where they meet Usagi Yojimbo 20 years into his future. But unfortunately for both of them, Dr. Where When has already been in Japan for 20 years and has carved out himself a fiefdom using mechanized clockwork samurai robots. So now his plan is to conquer both the past and the present. So of course the turtles and Usagi are going to have to join up to stop him. You see, this book right here is a $4.99 price, and it also comes out April 12th. You got a B cover, Kevin Eastman. C cover, blank sketch. Next we're going into Marvel. A lot of books this week are going to be the Timeless variants. And this is going to be one that's got a couple great covers. Of course, Spider-Man's in the middle of all his stuff going on through his storyline. I'm not going to go into all that with you. If you've been reading ASM, you know what's going on. But we've got a B cover here, the Alex Ross Mysterio variant. C cover, a Chris Bacalo book. And once again, here's another one of these hot variants that have been out lately. Lorenzo Pastrovicchio Disney variant of the Infinity Gauntlet. Moving on to Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 11. This is the prelude to a new big storyline for Cap called Cold War. Supposedly Cap and the members of the Invaders have been released from mind control by MODOK. But when they think, you know, that's going to be the best thing that happened to them, now they've got to clean up all the stuff that goes along with it, including a group called the Outer Circle who have begun an invasion of Manhattan. And it's going to be up to Captain America to try to work to, you know, stop the invasion and bring everything back under control. And it says at the end of this, it says, but choices made at this critical point will alter Steve's understanding of friendship and the stakes of his fight against the Outer Circle for good. So here we've got a Carmen Carnero A cover. It's coming out April 5th, 23, $3.99 price. Francesco Mana cover. Another great Alex Ross timeless variant of MODOK. Marvel Voices is continuing, and this month's Marvel's Voices, or quarter, or however they're doing them, is on the Spider-Verse. So it's a series of anthology stories about all the various characters and stuff who are part of the Spider-Verse. So you know you've got Miles, you got Spider-Punk, you got Silk, you've got all the various people, and you know right now we've got the big Spider crossover that's going on, the Spider Wars and all that. So this book's going to play into that a little bit. It is an oversized book. As you see, it's a $9.99 price. Coming out on April 12th. We've got an A cover Lionel Yu. John Zhang. An In-Hyuk Lee, who always tends to do really well with spider characters. A Phil Jimenez. Planet of the Apes number 1. They're relaunching the Planet of the Apes series. Hasn't been around for quite a while. You know, they sort of toy around with the idea and throw covers on every once in a while, but now it's bringing it back. Says right here, it says that the ALZ-113 virus has rampaged across Earth and humanity is crumbling. While some humans are trying to find a cure, there is a fanatical group of humans who believe that the only cure for the virus is to kill all the apes. The story's going to center around a particular peacekeeper, Juliana Tobin, who's one of the few people in the world willing to stand up for the apes and try to protect them against the true depths of human cruelty. So this is going to be, you know, a new start, sort of a revamped, updated storyline. So you've got an A cover, Joshua Cassara. B cover, Blank Sketch. C cover, Logan Libera. D cover, I really like this one just because of the implication. You know, you almost got a whole story just looking at the cover there with Mike McCone. And a Yannick Paquette cover. And she always tends to do really well with stuff like this also. And then you've got, this one's a little unusual. It's going to be the window shades. We haven't seen those for a couple months. So now we've got a Todd Knock window shades variant of Planet of the Apes number 1. Scarlet Witch number 4. Another one of the books that we're focused on here because of the timeless variant. There it is. You got the Alex Ross Magneto timeless variant. And also, I like this one a lot too. A Ji-Hung Lee variant cover of Scarlet Witch number 4. Spider-Man number 7. Once again, timeless variant. Here's going to be the big thing of this one. This is all part of the Spider War time storyline that's going across all the Spider books. You've got the Alex Ross B cover, Great Doc Ock timeless variant. Carlos E. Gomez cover. And a Humberto Ramos super secret spoiler variant's what it's called. All these books are coming out $4.5.23 with a $3.99 price on them. Venom 18, part of the building of the army. Dylan Brock's building an army of symbiotes, and you've got Eddie Brock trying to find his place in the world. Big thing about this particular book, though, is once again timeless variant. You've got an Alex Ross Lizard variant. A Paco Medina cover. And a tried and true Scotty Young cover. And Scotty Young tends to do really well with the Venom subject matter anyway, as part of his covers. We've got Wolverine 32. Wolverine is being cloned, and this is going to sort of be one of the battles of, you know, all the Wolverines trying to find out who's going to be the last man standing. We've got a Lionel Yu cover. These books come out $4.5.23. Another Alex Ross timeless variant, Rhino. And a Jose Maria Casanovas cover there. You see all the various Wolverines battling it out. Moving on to Black Demon Tales. Pretty interesting story here. It says a young naval researcher named Bella Gonzalez is wounded in an attack by a massive shark. So she's now dedicated her life to destroying it. But the question is, can science kill something that is ancient and supernatural? And this massive shark is referred to as the Black Demon. So the Black Demon Tales are an anthology set of stories based on the lore of real Mexican fishermen, blended with indigenous beliefs. And supposedly now this is going to be a major motion picture. So we've got a Scout comic book here, $4.99, coming out $4/12/23. A Joe Borcato cover. Don't Spit in the Wind, Mad Cave Comics, coming out $3/29/23. The story here is that one man's trash is another man's living. The earth has become inhospitable because of all the stuff we've done to ruin the whole planet. So mankind left a long time ago and now lives in a floating space station above the earth. And now it's up to a man named Travis and his crew of garbage men who work for what are called Atomic Brothers Inc. to go back to Earth and start cleaning up the mess. And they're trying to create what they call the clean world. But the problem is that one of Travis's crew members has gone missing near an old nuclear facility, and now Travis's job and everything else just became a whole lot more complicated. So we've got the Stefano Cartacelli cover. We've also got a Zach Howard and Nelson Daniel cover. As you can see, it looks like it's going to be a pretty wild sci-fi horror kind of story possibly. Frank Frazetta's Tales of Science Fantasy #1. $4/5/23 with a $4.99 price. This is going to be a quarterly anthology series, and each issue is going to focus on one of the masterpiece works of art by Frank Frazetta. This particular story is actually going to be inspired by the B cover here, which is called The Alien Crucifixion. And it's going to chronicle the final days of a brutal planetary dictator pursued by enemies and allies alike. And guys, if you just love great Frazetta art and all that, you know, you're going to get to see it in this stuff. So it's $4,523, $4.99 price. The Nasty, Vault Comics, #1. The story happens in Scotland, 1994. An 18-year-old boy, Thumper Carroll, or Connell, and his imaginary friend. His imaginary friend is Thumper. No, I'm sorry. His imaginary friend is the mass killer from his favorite slasher film. So his whole life revolves around, you know, horror films. Even him and his buddies have a little club where they get together and watch them and all that. They're called the Murder Club. But then his local video shop gets a notorious flick called a Video Nasty. And the films are so scary that the British Moral Decency League has a crusade to ban and burn all the copies of them. But of course, Adam and his buddies have got a hold of a copy of it. So now the question is, it's only a movie, right? And it's all just imaginary, isn't it? So this is supposed to be a story about the perception of evil, the power of genre, the love of fandom, and the need to create art, and also crap your pants terror. So you see here you got an Adam Cahoon cover, $4,523, $4.99 cover price. A Sally Cantorino cover. I like the videotape up the top where it says "Be kind and rewind." Any of y'all that are old enough to remember having to return VHS tapes knows all about that. Moving on to DC Comics, we've got Action Comics 1053. It's a 3/29/23 release date. And there is a war going on in Metropolis between Superman and Metallo. But what's happening is that Metallo's body is starting to change because there is an alien technology taking over him and trying to turn him into something else. And the technology is also beginning to infect humans who are part of the Blue Earth movement. And now Superman is going to have to take on this challenge to his greatest strength and his greatest weakness, because they're going to target his family. It says the book is the first appearance of the Necro Hive. So you've got here a Steve Beach A cover. Rafa Sandoval cardstock cover. And if you notice right there, it's an homage cover. It says after Carlos Pacheco. A Lee Weeks cardstock variant. Notice the cardstock variants are always $1 more. And a Lucio Perillo Shazam movie variant. Also cardstock for $5.99. And lastly, you've got an Eleonora Carlini Women's Day, International Women's Day variant. And of course, you know, that's Ma Kent there. I think that's pretty cool. You know, instead of picking one of the more established women characters, they sort of threw somebody else out there. So that's a fun little thing I like about that. Lastly, we have the Unstoppable Doom Patrol. It's going to be a mini series, as you see, 1 of 6, coming out 3/29/23. It says the world's strangest heroes are back after the events of the Lazarus Planet, and all these people now being transformed with all that new introduction of metahumans all over the world. Many of them are saw as misfits. They're being shunned and imprisoned by the society that fears them. And of course, there's only one group that can come to help these people in this kind of stuff. It's the Unstoppable Doom Patrol. And this one's going to be a Doom Patrol. It's going to introduce a couple brand new teammates. There's going to be a Beast Girl and a Degenerate. And there's also going to be a new alter ego of Crazy Jane, which is going to be the Chief. So they're on a mission to save the world by saving the monsters of the world. You got a Chris Burnham A cover. I like the Nathan Zerdy B cover here. It's almost got a little 50s-ish stuff there, you know, the Golden Age Doom Patrol stuff. And then a Chris Burnham design variant. These are coming out $329.23, you know, $3.99 for the regular cover, $4.99 for the cardstock covers. And that's going to do it for us tonight. We need to get these orders turned in by Saturday at 12 noon, where there'll be an attached Google form for you to put all this stuff in, check off the books you want and all that. Of course, we can also ship these books to you. We do 20% off all the books on the show. There's nothing omnibus or graphic novel on it, so they're all 20% off. You can check with the store, you know, just PM us a message about shipping rates and all that. If you're one of the people who already come to our auctions, we can just add these books to the books that you're picking up through the auctions and ship them out to you.